And welcome back to HushGremlins podcast. I hear the radio now. Welcome back to the HushGremlins podcast. I'm JOKA and we have CHRISFOCUS here with...
Hello.
What is that?
Owls. For the next episode, I'm going to go and learn welcome in different languages. And I'm going to come with that for the next episode.
HushGremlins! Yeah.
Welcome in different languages.
For the next episode, though.
Maybe like 5 languages or something.
Okay. Welcome in 5 languages.
Or like 6
I'll
or
be
something.
counting.
I shall do.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the podcast, guys. Welcome back to the third
Welcome.
episode.
Welcome.
Third episode. And today we're basically talking about productivity.
Definitely.
Do more by doing less. This is my own topic.
You are a multitasker.
But I'm a productivity coach.
No, we are saying that's two different things. You say you're a multitasker.
I'm saying productivity is my topic because
we are talking
I
about
enjoy...
I know, I get
Hey,
it. I get that you enjoy it.
So you just want to open the bum of the chicken outside.
This is Hush Gremlin. This is Gremlin is bum. There's no this thing there.
Yeah, not of...
We should stop saying bum so much.
I will find your secret. I'll bring it here.
So
I will look for it.
You are actually a multitasker, Sha.
Well, I enjoy multitasking. My tabs are always open. I don't know how to shut it down. Like, close tab. Even literally though I know that I'm not as bad because I like to be organized. On my browsers, I have multiple tabs open. Just because my thoughts
it doesn't cripple you, Abby. It's different when you're doing research. Like, I know that when you're doing research, you need to open
maybe
a lot
because
of tabs
I do a lot
now.
of research. But apart from that as well, even for say basic work, I just always have maybe an idea that I'm trying to flesh, and sometimes it just hits me. I go do some Google search and leave it on, to go back to finish the task.
Are you sure that it's not that you're just leaving it on and leaving it there for like 7 months and then you'll come back and close it after 7 months?
The ones that are worse are the ones on my phone.
Chrome on phone.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that if you're
phone.
somebody listening right now, it's definitely like that. You have a lot of tabs
open
on your Chrome on phone. Mobile Chrome. Go and close them. Don't worry. You won't use. Don't worry. Close them.
I think because I'm always with my system, so it's easier for me. So when I'm on my phone, I like to shut down a lot. I'm usually after work trying to unwind. So I don't really, except I'm learning, which means I'm like offline. So I'm not on Chrome when I'm with my phone. So when I'm with my phone, I like to be offline, listening to something, reading something,
chatting
stuff,
people, that's if you're
catching up.
Catching up with people,
I usually
friends,
take the time to catch up with
calls.
family, friends, and make calls. Yeah. So for my mobile Chrome, yes, I leave it for like a year, 2 years.
I think I'm trying to learn how to because the job entails it now, and I'm trying to learn how to actually have a lot of tabs open and not feel crippled by them, not to run into a sense of anxiety by looking at a lot of tabs and just wanting to or getting the itch to just close them up. Like, let's just clean up this place because let's just clean it up and keep it the way it is. But I'm trying to learn. I have like 4 tabs open right now. It went from like, I think it went from like maybe 20 something because now I have 2 screens, right? So on one screen I probably have Mozilla open, and then Mozilla has like maybe 7 or 8, and then on Chrome I have like 2 different Chrome open, like 2 different Chrome windows, and then one window has like maybe like 7. And then the reason I would have opened another Chrome is because I was feeling so anxious,
like
it was just too much, so I minimized that one and then open another one. Now it just has 2. I'm like, yes.
For me, I've even gotten to the point where I have pinned tabs. Like, my tabs are pinned. And sometimes I'm like, I need to close it. But no,
I tried it. I had to stop it.
For some of my tabs, for example, I have a language tab open, my Duolingo app. And I feel like once I'm able to get to a certain point where, I have more stability and I'm able to get to the part of the course, because it feels like Duolingo is never ending. But once I'm able to get to that part of, the course that I feel like I'm confident, I'll shut it down.
Yeah.
And I have tabs like that I know I'm going to shut down. But I have other tabs, like my Facebook tab, that I know that, man, this is for, I'm going live every day. I have to make posts. I have to do stuff. So that has to stay open. So
yeah.
I'm just looking forward to the day where I can have my work system have
separate
all
from
my tabs there, and then my home system not have so many tabs.
I feel like what you could do with that in whatever future that is you know, you could actually have that you know, people have desktop system, they have PCs, and then they have tabs. So because it almost feels like it's always very hard if you have a PC to separate work from it or something like that.
Of course.
Because it feels like you might just be on the go and just think of something, and then you have tabs open and like that, and then doing that transfer, except you're using iOS. Because I know that it's easy to move to sync.
You can
sim
sync
around.
even with Chrome.
I know, but it's just not as sweet as iOS. So you know, you might just want to leave it on our other system, and then suddenly it becomes a work system. Just gradually, atomic habits, small. It has become work system. So I feel like it would be nicer if you have maybe two systems, maybe one desktop and one laptop, and then actually have a tab.
That is separate
tablets
from
that is separate from everything. Tablets affords you that wide screen, but still gives you that this is not
Like
work. Since you already attach work, you've detached work from your mobile phone easily. That tab still gives you that sense because it's not coming with the keyboard and it's not coming with everything. It's just you're holding it and then you're swiping through and all of that. So I feel like that's one hack that you could use for that.
Until then, my PC is my all in all.
For now, it's one PC.
In fact, my PC and my phone. Because it's like, it's all still synced. If my PC is not on, I need to be able to chat clients up. I need to be able to send them emails. So I have to do that.
So yeah, for me right now, say if one piece, if I'm looking for another PC,
though
I have two screens now, but
you need another.
In fact, the reason I got another screen now, I'm not even doing that thing right now. Like when I was so into what I was doing, like I was in that zone. I was looking for a screen. I didn't get a screen. Now when I was out of that zone, and I got an extra screen. So the reason I really needed a screen for I'm not doing, but I know that someday, in future, I will go back to it. So yeah, we're talking about doing more by doing less, and that simple hack to it, which
we have is a two links, two resources to review. So by way of links, anyways. Yeah. One is from Inc. Africa, and the other one is from
it's on Twitter. It's a Twitter user.
Yeah, but we have Pratik Thakker. I think, but I don't think he's the one who posted it. Are we in the right place?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we have that, but let's look at Inc.Africa first. Talking about productivity, so they have this blog post dated. The date is not even here.
Why is your voice low?
My voice is low.
Yes.
My voice is low.
Are you hungry?
Yes, I'm hungry. Get me a burger.
Okay.
Burger and
all
chips with ketchup.
I've heard you.
Like a big, greasy, juicy burger.
They're nice to sell around
here. Oh wow. So it says this simple method removes all noise and distractions for extreme productivity. Yeah. Understand the difference between what can be done and what must be done.
I feel like
that
line explains a lot of what we are talking about here. Yeah.
And it's by Benjamin Hardy, PH.D. Yeah. I feel like in the last episode we didn't give credit to we only said Inc.Africa and the other one. We didn't give credit to the other ones. Sorry about that.
Put that in the description.
Yeah. So we have Benjamin Hardy, PhD, fellow PhD fellow. I'm aspiring to perspire to your level of greatness, sir.
I can relate.
Okay, so do you want to have a go? I feel like you've gone through.
So so we're talking about what must be done. What can be done as opposed to what can be done, and Benjamin here was just trying to break it down for us to let us explain why we have so much of noise, right? Everywhere. It's just it's much more. It's like filtering, right? It's filtering out of the noise, understanding that, being able to identify what is the noise, and then understanding how to filter that noise to hold on to what is tangible and what is useful for you, what is going to be most effective for you, what is going to help you grow the most. And I see he's talking about big ideas, which is he was trying to define some certain
concepts. I particularly enjoy the business, and that's busyness, not business.
Yeah.
So it's business as in busyness. And for me, it's like what happened. That's like the problem we're trying to solve with Fernikin, as an LP coach, life productivity coach, where, there are people who have busyness. So for him, his definition is business equals a life that is out of control and uncommitted to a specific future result. So you don't have a plan for where you're going or what you want to do or how you want to get there or whatever it is pathway. Life you want to lead, and that I really enjoy that he's able to define that. And then he defines other big ideas: decision fatigue, that's paralysis analysis or paralysis by analysis.
Yeah, and then the reason people don't succeed.
Yeah. Perfection, decisions, which is you've cut away alternative options to what you've committed yourself to. That's what a decision really is. Then it talks about simplicity being required for success at whatever you want to do. So he is pro simplicity in this entire blog post. And then he talks about productivity. And in my thesis paper, because productivity was one of the key factors that made up the entire research, I had to dig into so many resources to find out the meaning of productivity. And everybody had different ideas of what productivity meant to them. But for him, he says it's doing the few right things very, very well. And then he says it's rare in a world of distracted and uncommitted people. The busyness of the world makes productivity pretty scarce.
It's very easy to be distracted in this digital age.
Especially.
It's very, very easy. In fact, it feels like they actually deliberately want us to be distracted so that because it feels like it's a cash cow for the capitalist economy right now. Because if you're not distracted, you can't click on ads. You can't get to their sales copies. You can't get to stuff like that because everything is online. So if your phone is if you're offline, which is part of how you can which is part of one part of how, except of course your job is online,
you can maintain
which is part of how
focus.
You can maintain focus, filter the noise. If you're not there, then it feels like a lot of their leads, a lot of their funnels are not going to work, because if you're not there, then there is nobody they're selling to online.
Well, I feel like that's for the online community. Before the internet came around, it's pretty much the same thing. For my point of view, is that a person who is distracted is one who opens themselves up to distraction.
Yeah.
And not like the other way around. Somebody's trying to get you distracted. That's my point of view. So even before the internet came around, there were people who they're driving, and because they're staring at something or getting caught up with not looking at where they're going to, they smash their car into guardrails on the side of the road, or they swerve because you are opening yourself up to distraction. If you're so focused on where you're going, which is both a metaphor and quite literal, if you're so focused on where you're going, even back then we had ads, we had billboards, we had people who used to do music in the corners, street corners, people who used to dance for money, people who used to one of the, so if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, or a big city in Nigeria, I think they do it in other cities, I'm not sure, around the world, but one of the things that people who steal from a person is they create a huge distraction, like a fight. And if you get carried away by that,
that's how they
remove your wallets, your purses, and pick your pockets and things like that. I grew up knowing that, like, my parents ingrained it in me, especially my mom. When you see a fight, why are you looking at the fight? Are you going to contribute or help them? If you're not going to do any such thing, don't watch a fight. Don't stay to watch a fight. Move. And it's something that I just took in. And so for me, for people who decide to stay to watch a fight, they probably forgot where they're going. They've opened themselves up to distraction. So it's not like people are actively trying to. Sometimes it's a good, honest fight. It doesn't mean like anybody's trying to get you distracted. Things are just happening, and they'll continue to happen. You just have to.
But I feel like where I was coming from is more of a compounding effect. These things that you mentioned are still available today. They're still present till date, and now we have more. They didn't have phones. They didn't have
by no
notifications.
fault of.
What I'm saying is, they didn't have what we have now, which is the smartphones. They didn't have the notification pop-ups. They didn't have the social media and all of that. So we have two channels of distraction for us. Now I'm saying that for this capitalist economy that we have now, the digital capitalist economy, I would still want to stand on the fact that there are deliberate distractions.
Okay, let me ask you one question then.
Yeah.
Before we start recording, what was one thing that you did? One of the last things you did on your phone?
Before we started recording.
Yes. For the sake of our recording, what was the one thing you did?
For the sake of the recording, look through what we're going to talk about.
The last thing. Come closer to the time we were going to record.
That was it. I'm not sure. I think that was just really what I was doing.
You turned on Do Not Disturb.
Because of the sake of the recording.
For the sake of the recording.
Yeah.
So it's like, turn on your Do Not Disturb.
I get it. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you cannot want to be focused. I'm just saying there are deliberate distractions. You are saying. See, you're saying
deliberate is what I'm looking at.
I feel they are. That's what I'm saying. That's one hill I'm willing to die on.
Really?
The fact that there are actually deliberate distractions out there. That there are people. There are. Why do a lot of these companies listen to what we say? Why do you say things and then you go online the next 5 minutes and you find those things online as ads in your face? If there is no deliberacy to it, why is that system created? That when you say things, when you type stuff, they can get those information and put it in your face as ads. I feel like there's some deliberacy there.
For me, I feel like on that point, it's somebody trying to sell markets.
Which is what I said. That's because if you are not, there is that continuous ad in your face. If their sales copy is not in your face, if you're not online to see those sales copy and all those things, they can't sell. They can't move market forward. That's what I'm saying. You get? Like, it just feels like, yes, because I mentioned what's a word I've mentioned now? I mentioned do not disturb, for instance. So now I go online and I start seeing ads on how to be more productive, how to be, people, maybe I say ad from Freddie King now about productivity coaching sessions. Do you understand? So it's more like, yes, I can't be focused, but there are actual deliberate distractions there and they are easy to bring forward to you. Now, back then, like you said, those distractions even though they are not deliberate, but you can it's easier, okay, maybe not easily, it's easier then to focus and sieve out the distractions than it is now for a lot of us, because there's a lot of evolution that has happened from people that were living in that time to people that are living in this time. A lot of people that are living in this time, a lot of Gen Zs, if I would, were not exposed to this reality that you were talking about. These guys are exposed to a lot of the realities of the smartphones, a lot of the realities of the PCs, a lot of the realities of the internet. Do you get? So me, I'm just saying that I believe that there are deliberate distractions. There are deliberate things there are deliberate systems put in place to distract you. So it's just more like you have much more work to do now than you would have done if you were born in 1994. No, not born, sorry. If you were an adult in 1994. I'm just saying there's just more work to do. It's just easier then.
I get what you're saying, but I think maybe because what I'm hearing is the goal of the system they create is to distract. And I don't think that that's their, primary goal. The primary goal is probably to make profit. And it's distraction from our perspective is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And that not that their deliberate goal is to, if the internet goes off today, a lot of these companies, I believe, will continue to do what they can to make profit.
Yeah, of course.
And some of those activities may not necessarily equal to, distracting. It may be that they now go on a larger base, maybe plug in with the government to see that a need is met, and they are the ones applying that need.
Yeah.
You understand? That may not necessarily equal to them trying to distract. But I do understand what you mean by there are a lot more distractions now. It's everywhere, in your face. It's one of the reasons I don't like reading books on my phone.
Yeah.
even if I'm going to turn on my do not disturb, switch off, whatever, the vibrates, my alarms and things like that can still pop up. But when I have a hard copy book, I'm good to go. You know, so I do identify with the fact that we do have more distractions. I'm just not sure if that was the original intent.
At what cost is the profit making coming?
At what cost?
To you that is being distracted.
There are many other, like there are several costs, I think. I don't know how to gauge that.
But anyway, I'm just still on that hill of
die on the hill.
Like it's just
like you said.
It's just like just like you said now, which I agree with. Yes, their primary goals might not be to distract you, but then at the same time, how do you say that thing? Is it mutually exclusive or something like that? They cannot even hit their primary goal without distracting you, right?
I think we're going to die on two different hills because I still don't.
Because if they're not distract you, right, and have you. If I go online, I want to search something else, and then I see something else, and let's do this.
It means that they're doing their job.
That's that one we agree on that one, that they're doing their job. But then I'm saying if they're going to hit their primary goal of profit, what does it come with? Is it only that they are just hoping that you will not be distracted and just look for what you're actually looking for online and not see what they are putting in front of you?
Sometimes we also Google what they are selling now. I mean, I feel like it's so
Google what they are selling is that one is you going to look for it. What of those times you're not going to? Now I know that we have talked about this, we are going to see. I'm going to see productivity coaching this thing online.
I'm going to say, for example, we're on this site and then there are ads on the bylines.
Yeah.
Right now. Do you know, even yesterday, while, we're recording and all of that, we didn't click on anything.
Yeah, of course.
I think also we are also fine-tuning ourselves daily, which is, I think, what we're going for. So, back on our topic.
We still part of the topic.
I know, but I'm just saying back on like this particular resource, his strategy. So he gave examples of things that he wants to do, right? The things he wants to achieve, and how he brought it down. He removed all of the fluff and brought it down to making it easier.
Yeah.
For something like what we said in the last episode, smart goals, hard goals.
Yeah.
He made it easier by measuring, bringing metrics into it, taking away all the fluff of, these are the things I want to do. I want to go to an eatery. I want to travel out.
Yeah.
I want to travel to another city. I want to go to the north. By bringing it down to, I'm going to go to Kaduna by August. That's even still with a lot of fluff.
Yeah. So
I'm going to buy a ticket. I need to buy a ticket tomorrow, this week, for a bus going to Kaduna in October, and I'm going to send the money for that.
Yeah.
So he removed all the fluff, and he brings in like the 80-20 principle that says 80% of your results come from 20% of what you do.
I've still not been able to properly adapt that or properly
sink yourself into
use that. Let me use that word. I've not been able to properly use that principle. I've learned that principle since sometime 2012 13 is when I first heard of that principle and learned about it when I was reading Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's since then I've not been able to use that principle. Or maybe I'm just not doing enough evaluation to see if I'm using it or not. But I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. So he brings that up, and I feel like as well, like us as well, taking out the fluff, we're steadily able to take out the fluff.
Yeah.
Which is why I think that at the end of the day, it's even what we want to do that we end up doing. Right? Because I know people who they have so many things they want to do, maybe on their phone, and they have like what's it called? A Instagram and things like that. But they go to the TikTok they want to go. They go record the things they want to record.
Yeah.
And then they're out. So even as, we're in a place where these people who are doing different things, who are like the millennials and the Gen Z and the everything, even though we're in this place now, we're also adapting, which is one thing that I know that human nature is really good at, adapting to the times and the seasons.
Yeah.
To understand that, this is not all we're going to be doing. This is what we're going to take out the fluff. We're going to do what's best for us at the end of the day. So the ads are popping up.
Yeah.
Do you know how many systems are put in place to take away ads?
Yeah, of course they are easy ways to down oneself. Yeah. It's very easy.
Even while you're watching a YouTube video, immediately you skip ad.
Yeah.
And some are really engaging. You don't even want to go past it. You want to watch it to the end. But because I need to watch this and I don't have time for this. 5 seconds in, you skip your ad.
Yeah.
The banner pops up, you take it away so you can focus on the video. So I think like just the same way, what I grew up in not watching the fights, we're also able to take it with the fluff.
And just say, this is what I want to do.
So this is what I want to do. So I feel like distractions would always be present.
Definitely.
Always be present. No matter the channels, no matter the avenue, just take away the fluff.
Which is what this is about.
Which is really what this is about.
Understanding that
always take away
you can't
the fluff.
Control where distractions are coming from or why they are
so
coming.
So many things would come your way.
You have to control the fact that you are doing that focused work and
one of my uncles has a principle, and he says, sometimes when I want to start something new or do something really big, different things sometimes, come up, maybe I'm going out, I have so many things in my way, my shoe just caught, different things, my shirt tears, and I'm like, what's all this? Why is it today when I want to go to somewhere? And then he comes and says, when you want to do something really profound, so many obstacles now come up, and you think that is the everyday thing. But no, you have to bring yourself to a higher place where all of that is not important. Yeah. And he says that is that time you want to do something really good. And I know that, there are principles surrounding that, even in nature and in research and study. But, it's those times when you want to do. It's the same when you set a goal that you're going to lose 10 kg. That's when your friends will start doing birthdays. Yeah. They'll start taking you out to free lunches, dinners, of junk, chocolate, and all of that. It's when we want to focus really that the distractions even now start to abound, because you have now a tunnel like vision as to what you want to do. So everything outside of the tunnel is also visible to you because you're looking at the tunnel. So I think that's it. So Benjamin here says, are you willing to commit? If you want to be productive, you need to be focused. Yeah. If you want flow, you need clear goals, and flow doesn't operate very well without constraints. So if you want to be happy, you need less, not more. Focus your energy, focus your efforts, focus your insights, focus on what truly must get done. Yeah. Not what you desire to do or what you are able to do or what you can do, but what truly must be done for, all of these things. Which is
really sitting down and doing the homework to even really understand, first of all, and trickle it down to what must be done.
What must be done. Okay, so we had this thing by Pratik Thakker called the 888. I feel like we had access to this article at some point, but we seem to have lost it right now. But here is another one that I want us to look at, which is so there's this infographic about what I thought would make me productive
and what actually does.
So what I thought would make me productive is this huge circle called hard work. This is by Pujji, by the way, and this is on Twitter. So it's hard work with that's all he thought would make him.
Okay. So the infographic is by Liz and MOLLIE, right?
And MOLLIE.
MOLLIE, right?
Yeah, and MOLLIE. And he says what actually does is exercise, healthy eating, sleep, time off, and hard work. So it's not just hard work. It's several other things,
that which you have to do,
Yeah, which is why we have this wheel of life, which is a it's a practical tool we use in coaching.
Like
to help
it
people.
shows harmony.
Yes. Not just harmony, to help you find balance. And then there's a whole science to it, which I really enjoy every single time I deploy it. Every single time. And then the interpretation, clients bring to it. Everybody has, and it feels like, wow, I've been doing this for quite a while. Maybe not so much, 5 years, but people still come up with new ways of interpreting the wheel of life, and I'm like, woof, where have you guys been?
I don't know, I think
but it's all
that
just
wheel of life
balance.
for sure.
You haven't?
I think I have.
I'm going
not
to
sure.
deploy it. I'm going to deploy it to you today.
Have you deployed it to yourself?
Yeah. Oh, several times. You trust me now. I can't use.
I feel like I've seen it
tools.
before. So
Yeah. You must have. For this Pratik Thakker 8+8+8, I think what it had to do with. Oh yes, here we have it. 8 hours of honest hard work, 8 hours of good sleep, and 8 hours should be spent with family, friends, and faith. So it has. There was this whole thing to it. We had seen it back then, and it was very, very, very insightful. And all of that. It was just distribute your day into 8 + 8 + 8 hours. We have 24 hours in a day, but just so that's a good balance sheet of life. So it says 8 hours of honest hard work. Be honest with yourself. You're not just
it's not
business. It's not just business. You're being frank with yourself to know that this is hard work. And then 8 hours of good sleep, and then 8 hours on 3 F's, 3 H's, and 3 S's. And the F's are family, friends, and faith.
And
the H's are health, hygiene, and hobby. And the S's are soul, service, and smile. And this is originally by RIDHI BANSAL. Soul, service, and smile. So, yeah, I think we're going to be putting some of this, graphics on our social media.
Yeah, we'll try as much as possible to link them
so
together,
that you'll also see them publish them.
Or just when the tweet this with the handles and puts on quotes and
so you can see the things that we're talking about. Yeah. So, and I think this is really profound. I really enjoyed it. Seeing it's such an easy breakdown. It's one of the easiest breakdowns.
Where you get to balance
your entire life.
I enjoy the balance part because there's always that holistic view to everything. And how everything connects to everything.
Has to be.
Where you connect dots and everything. So it makes a lot of sense. Has to be.
Anyway, so there we have it. Productivity, doing less but doing more. And we've done the less by bringing it down to, this particular Pratik Thakker's one is 888.
Yeah.
And then let your 888 be hard work, good sleep, and then FHS. And then FHS, you have family, friends, faith, health, hygiene, hobby, soul, service, and smile. So just 888, guys. 888. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you had a great time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. Let us know your thoughts. What works for you?
Yeah,
what is
especially
best for you?
Distraction thing.
Yes, because this distraction, this cue. I don't know. Do you agree with me or do you agree with CHRISFOCUS? I'd like to know what you think, because I'm like.
About what I'm saying is not so different now. It's just that one way.
Just that one thing
that you don't believe.
I don't think they are intentionally trying to distract, and you believe that they are creating the distractions for distractions.
I've fine-tuned it to their intention is to make profit. But that profit, at what cost does it come? Doesn't distraction follow it?
What CHRISFOCUS said. So we'll be in the comments everywhere everywhere online. To see what you have to say, your thoughts. And things like that. We're really looking forward to hearing from you.
Love it.
Yeah, we love to hear from you.
Love
so
it.
like your love letters as well, as
please
calls them. We like your love letters.
Add chocolate box to it.
I eat chocolate. I'm not trying to lose any pounds, people. I beg.
You don't have pounds. What are you saying?
You have to put it out
either
there.
way. You don't have pounds.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
Wow.
I'll make one though. In this life that we are like this, I'm a multi-billionaire.
Love it.
See you in the next episode, guys. Thank you.